calling in checkpoint 33, letting them know we're almost there. And then as we rounded the corner, turning to the south, I remember hearing this like metallic clank, like this plink, and this loud quiet, like if you do a cannonball into a swimming pool. I don't remember flying through the air, and I don't remember hitting the ground, but I remember starting to wake up on the ground, and I heard these rocks falling. Like, it sounded like a hailstorm. Just blink, 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 and the smells and the sounds. I heard my friends yelling, I heard my buddy yelling, you know, "Where's Brian? Where's Brian? What's going on? What happened?" And not things you want to hear. I was pretty sure what had happened as I was starting to regain consciousness. I was pretty sure what had happened, but I didn't want to believe it. Fortunately, I've been a Vikings fan my whole life, so I'm used to the absolute worst case scenario. So I knew we had hit an IED. I opened my eyes and saw what had been my fully up-armored Humvee, sturdy as they made them at that time, on its side facing the wrong direction, and it was completely destroyed. There's parts of the vehicle everywhere. I looked down and I saw that my left leg just above the knee was connected maybe by a piece of skin, but probably just my pant leg was holding it on. And just below my knee, about 6 inches below my knee, it looked like I'd stuck my foot into a wood chipper. At this point, I had gone through EMT training the summer before I went, and so I was trained in this certain situation and realized by all the blood I lost and the situation I was in that this is most likely where my life was going to end. So I tried to stay calm. The human body has an amazing way of making you calm, even if you otherwise probably wouldn't have been. We didn't have a medic with us because it was a quick patrol. So it was just the guys we were with in the vehicle in front of us. And the guys in the vehicle I was with were in no shape to help anybody. My friend Tim was screaming at me, telling me to keep fighting and keep hanging on. And unless you're in a sporting event, you don't want your friends to be yelling that at you. So I knew that from afar that it must have looked just as bad. And the first person I saw was my friend Adam from the vehicle in front of us. He came running back. And the great thing about Adam, one of the most important kind of friends to have, the one who if you put on an outfit and you're about to go outside, you're like, "Hey, how do I look?" If you look ridiculous, he's going to tell you. He's going to say, "You need to change that shirt or something else," right? So Adam tells it how it is, and that's one of the things I love about him. And he comes up to me and he says, "Crease, I'm not going to lie to you, buddy. Your legs are really bad, okay?" And I'm like, "Really? I couldn't see that?" He said, "But we're going to get you out of here. You're going to be fine, okay?" And I was like, "All right." So he put a tourniquet on my right leg, tightened it pretty good, made sure the bleeding stopped because that one was bleeding profusely. And he said, "I'm going to be right back, okay? I gotta go check on the others." And I knew from the looks of the vehicle and from the sounds I heard that I wasn't the one that was most severely injured. So I laid there and again just trying to stay calm. And I was tired. I didn't want to see anymore, so I kept closing my eyes. And when I closed my eyes, I'd get a hit to the head. They'd be like, "Keep your eyes open, keep fighting, stay awake, okay, stay with us." I'm like, "All right." I was so tired. My buddy Todd comes from the front vehicle, and they left one in the front vehicle in the tank to make sure, with the turret, to scan the sector and make sure there was no ambush, no follow-on attack, because we were all sitting ducks otherwise. So Todd, the second one, came back, and he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey buddy, how you doing?" He's like, "You look good. You're going to be fine, okay? You're going to be home with Katie and the boys soon, and everything's going to be great. Stay with me." And he's smiling and trying to look like everything's good, but I know Todd really, really well, and I could tell by the look on his face that it didn't look good. So he put a tourniquet on this left leg, and there wasn't much there to grab onto. That one wasn't bleeding as much. It had the bones sticking out of it, like the bones broke, and they were like this, so I could see my femur sticking out, and the leg was open like a baked potato. So he was trying his best to work with that. And hopefully I'm not ruining your lunch. But he stayed with it. He wouldn't give up. And eventually he got it tightened and got it to stay. And, they're still working on the others, and I'm not looking over there on purpose because I don't want to see any of that. And I can deal with what happened to me. I don't want to see my friends in rough shape. So then Adam comes back over to me and he says, Crease, we're going to have to move you. This is going to suck really bad. And I thought, okay, well, I don't think it could suck any worse. And he said, all right, we're going to move you. And they lifted this leg and they flipped it up onto my chest. They lifted me up. And it's one of the most bizarre things you'll ever experience is looking at your leg up on your chest, I tell you. They moved me off of the road, away from the vehicle, and set me down to where a helicopter could get to me. They had to move that vehicle because one of my friends was underneath it and they were trying to save him. And I was close enough to it that the vehicle could end up on top of me. So when they set me down, again, they were trying to keep me talking, keep me awake. And he was trying to cover up my wounds so more dirt didn't get in them. Todd was. And in the process, he still has to go around. So they said, okay, in order to keep me talking, they need someone to sit by me. Well, our gunner, who had been the one sticking out of the top of the vehicle when the bomb went off, you would assume he would be the most injured, but he wasn't. We were in a mixed squad, so he was a Marine, and wiry little guy, and I think he landed on his feet. He must have gotten shot out of the top and landed on his feet, and he was running around, what time is it? What time is it? Where are we? What's going on? So my friends, in their wisdom, said, sit down next to Creasel and keep him talking. And he's a good Marine, so he said, roger that, roger that. So they sat him down next to me, and he's like, Sergeant Creasel, stay awake, okay? What's your wife's name? Katie. What's your boys' names? Elijah, Brody. Where do you live? Cottage Grove. Sergeant Creasel, what's your wife's name? So I go through this like 3 times. Finally, I said, Miller, shut up. Let me go. Leave me be. Negative. Nope. He's a good Marine. He's going to follow orders, and he kept me awake, kept me talking. But I was sitting there, and he had a pretty bad brain injury. We all did. 200 pounds of explosive packed into propane tanks, and we were sitting on that. It blew up directly underneath our vehicle. And so that's going to ring your bell no matter what. Shortly after that, I remember getting cold. And it was December in Iraq, but it was about 80, 85 degrees. Being a Minnesotan, I shouldn't be cold on that day. And I was pretty sure that this was going to be the end. And so I grabbed Adam, because he wasn't banged up, he didn't have the brain injury. I grabbed him with my good arm, because this one was broken. And I said, tell Katie I love her. And he says, shut up, you're going to tell her yourself, okay? It's like, okay, roger that. And I said my prayers, and pretty much that was it. And it was very strange. It was like, as I was kind of going to sleep, when I closed my eyes before they'd slap me in the head, I was like kind of dreaming. There was no white light or anything like that. It was like I was just going to sleep. And when I was saying my prayers, I was waiting for the end, but I didn't want to give up, and I heard a helicopter. There's a lot of helicopters in Iraq. You always tend to hear one, but I was like, this one's got to be mine. This one has to be mine. And it was coming closer and closer, and I saw Adam run over and shoot a flare up in the sky, let him know where we're at, and that was our helicopter. And they came in fast, they landed, they had an attack helicopter with it to protect it in case there was an ambush. And it landed, and I remember them throwing me on a backboard and loading me on the helicopter.